the countdown with the fingers. We're live. All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Knott Hall as your 10-2 Loyola Blakefield varsity football squad take on the 7 and 6 Boys Latin Lakers. Hello, everyone. I am George Schaefer, and with me tonight is Will Coyne.
Hello.
So the Dons have been very successful thus far this season and hope to continue that success tonight at home. The Lakers, however, are looking for a record boost to get them to where they need to be in order to make the playoffs, Loyola having already clinched the quarterfinal spot. So tonight, Loyola in all blue and Boys Latin in all red.
Last September, Loyola beat Boys Latin 3-1. And hoping to do that again soon.
It was one of the closer games. Boys Latin has been one of the only teams that Loyola has not swept in 3 straight set wins in a row. So both teams' starting lineups now take the court. And for Boys Latin, Micah Reed to get us started here at Loyola Blakefield. And here we go. And first point goes just over the head of Felix Bear.
Very close call there.
It's called in, so Boys Latin will win the opening point. And once again, Reed will serve. And a lovely spike by Ben Lansinger to get Loyola on the board. And so to serve it away for the Dons is Braden Altimus. And that one's off the hands of Sebastian Sessa. And so the Lakers take the lead. So Kyle Foster to serve it away. And it is hit over by Felix Bear. And Boys Latin can't get it over in 3. So the Dons tie it up.
Ben Langsinger on the serve for Loyola.
A captain. The serve lands in the center.
And it's a point.
And so Graham Stevenson hits it right into the net. So once again to serve it away is Ben Lansinger. And a diving play that is failed. Another point goes to Loyola. They take a sizable lead, 4-2. That one was Duncan Barnes. So Lansinger to serve it away again. And the fault will cut their lead to 1. So serving away is Charlie Klug. Boys Latin barely able to get it over. And they actually won. It hits the net. 5-3 Loyola.
That was a desperate attempt to save their mistake from earlier. Just weren't able to get it over.
So Sean Frank with the serve. Off the hands of Hunter Piritz. And another point for the Dons.
Again, they just weren't able to get it over the net.
So Loyola trying to pull away here. early in the first set of this one. And it is hit over by Barnes.
Nope.
And that one falls short of the net.
Just a little miscommunication on Loyola's side. Who's going to get that ball?
Looks like they thought it was going to be Sean Frank. So Boys Latin takes back another point. So serving it away is Gus Hargrave.
He's going to serve it out. Oh, Loyola's
So
going to serve
a
again.
fault gives the point to Loyola. And serving it now for the Dons is Felix Bear. 7-4 Loyola. 3-point lead early in the first set. Barely gets it over the net. And it is off the hands of Hunter Pierce, the libero. And Loyola has taken their largest lead of the night so far at 8-4. So Brendan Bateman. And that one gets over. That's Dylan Cadigan.
Nice volley going on.
That one's hit over by Brandon Altimus. And another point for the Lakers.
Boys Latin did a good job of just keeping it up in the air there. Was able to get the point.
And so it'll be Barnes with the serve. Loyola gets it over. And it hits the ground before it reaches Cole Gibson. So another point for the Dons. And libero Sebastian Sessa with the serve now. Boys Latin barely able to field it. And it's out. So now Loyola gets a 5-point lead, their largest of the night, at 10-5.
It's looking good for Loyola right now, but let's see if they can keep this lead.
So Sessa to serve it again. And it's a set over. Both teams starting to get a rally going here. And that one is off the hands of Hunter Pierce and out of bounds into the stands.
Huge spike there.
So Sessa to serve it a third time. It's 11-5. He'll continue to serve until Loyola loses a point and wins it back. And that'll do it. So a fault makes it 11-6, and Boys Latin will take over. Dylan Cadigan to serve it. And a nice block. Graham Stevenson.
Had two people blocking there, so it's just a nice block by Boys Latin.
They've been trying to go that same play over and over again where Brandon Altimus punches it in from the left side. And this time, Boys Latin was ready. So now 12-7. Loyola with a sizable lead. They're looking comfortable early in this one. And a fault by Ethan Rode.
Also a captain.
And Boys Latin will serve. Micah Reed. In the back. And it is over the head of Felix Bear. Point for Loyola.
The past couple serves Boys Latin has done has just been going over, just not getting in bounds.
They're trying to go through the motions.
See if Boys Latin can find their stride here.
So another fault that will be awarded to Loyola. 14-8. They extend their lead again. Loyola taking control early in this one as they get another one. That's Sean Frank. Just set it over. And there was no one on the Lakers side of the court to receive it. 15-8. And that one hits the roof and back into play. And another kill, Kyle Foster. So it hit the roof and it bounced back down. Loyola still able to get it over. And then Foster with a good read.
Absolutely annihilated that ball.
Sessa. And Loyola will field it back. Managed to keep it in again, so they've changed up their strategy. It looks like they're trying to get it to Sean Frank on the right. As Loyola snatches up another point in this one, 16-9. Loyola keeps extending their lead in this first set. So Frank will serve it. Sorry, that's Lansinger. So a block by Joey Bacchini.
Another miscommunication there from Loyola.
Went off Bikini's hands and landed back. And Loyola again with a miscommunication. And Boys Latin reaches their 10th point. Stevenson to serve it away. Loyola fields it back over. The ball moves back. Sessa fields it. And another block. His second of the night, Dylan Cadigan puts his hands up. Loyola's been trying to hit it in through the sides. And Boys Latin starting to use their awareness on defense. And that one almost reaches the stands. Graham Stevenson just couldn't put it into play.
Sean Frank to serve for Loyola.
Frank to Puritz. And that one is out again.
Tipped by Sessa, so it's going to be Boys Latin's point.
So it was Gus Hargrave who hit it over, and he comes out now. Cole Gibson to serve it for the Lakers. 17-12, Boys Latin managed to hang on just a little bit as a sloppy pass.
From Gavin Leonard. Leonard.
And
Sorry.
Boys Latin climbs back into a 4-point deficit. Gibson with the serve again. And that one went off the arm of Joey Benchini.
A lot of blocks from the Lakers here tonight.
Fielded successfully by Loyola. And they tried to block it again. Once again, you see Dylan Cadigan trying to block it, and it went off the left side. So Loyola takes over. Felix Bear to serve. And it's off the hands of Rode together with Benchini and out of play. So 18-15, Boys Latin crawling back into a 3-point deficit. Fault for the Lakers. Another fault. Puts Loyola back in control of the ball.
Sebastian Sessa to serve.
So Sessa to serve again. The libero has a strong serve.
Good attempt by Boys Latin there to make something out of that mistake, but
was a good kill by Braden Altinas. And Sessa will take over again. This one just falls over. And another good kill for Boys Latin. That's Kyle Foster. And it just went off of the hands of Bear. And Cadigan to serve for the Lakers. So it went out of play, and it looks like Loyola had wanted the call to go to them because it did look like it went off of the hands.
It did
Cadigan.
definitely look like it tipped, but I guess the refs did not see that one.
So they tried to kill it. That was Altimas again. And so Boys Latin will take over. So the Loyola Blakefield invites you to join our Blue and Gold Community Partners Program. This program offers a direct way to support our Dons and their Blakefield experience while also establishing a close relationship with the school and our community. For more information, please visit loyolablakefield.org/communitypartners. And so it does look like the point was awarded to Loyola. They had to take a quick look at it. So Loyola does take back the ball. Rode with the serve. Strong serve by Rode. Sessa moving his way into the front zone. And a good block by Graham Stevenson. And it's a 4-point game early on in this one.
Loyola's lead is just slowly shrinking.
Loyola trying to hang on. They had a 6-point lead at one point, back down to a 4. They're getting a little bit comfortable. So once again, Ethan Rode.
Huge
Strong
spike.
recovery there by Boys Latin. And another point awarded to the Dons. Jay Klug barely able to get it over. It was off the hands of one of the Lakers, and it fell into the play. So 22-17 Loyola. They are 3 points away from taking set number 1 here. Boys Latin playing back on the serve. Off the net, and it lands just in front of Rode, the captain.
That was real lucky by Boys Latin to have the ball roll like that.
Looked like if it hadn't hit the net, it would have fallen right into Rode's hands. So Boys Latin takes back over. Rode with the set. So it looks like the point goes to Boys Latin. I guess it didn't fall over in the right spot. You see Felix Bear trying to hit it into play. Good kill by Rode. And the pass attempt by Boys Latin was not successful. Micah Reed hit it out into the stands. So Loyola will take back over. 23-19, 2 points away from finishing set number 1. So Lansinger with the serve. And it'll be ruled a fault. And the point will be awarded to Loyola Blakefield, 1 point away from finishing our opening set.
Let's see if Lansinger can
Knock
get
it
that
in.
extra point.
They just need one more. Almost over the head of Brandon Altimas.
Tipped by
And the
Lakers.
point is awarded to Loyola. That'll do it in set number 1. 25-19 Loyola. And they will switch sides. And we will go to a quick break. are back. Loyola having won that first set. They switched sides. Boys Latin definitely needs this set here.
The Jesuit community of Loyola University, Maryland shares in the mission of the Worldwide Society of Jesus. This mission includes the service of faith and the promotion of justice in dialogue with cultures and with other religions. These values characterize its commitment to the educational apostolate of Loyola University, Loyola Blakefield, Cristo Rey, and St. Ignatius Academy in Baltimore.
So both sides getting ready for the second set. Loyola showing their dominance early in this one. It was just really early. They just put themselves out in front. And after that, there was really not much of a chance for the Lakers to climb back. They stuck with it the rest of the set, but Loyola, having taken the lead early, was able to finish and get to 25 first.
Gavin Leonard to serve.
And a fault hits the net. And the opening point is awarded to the Lakers. Sub change.
Number 4, Micah Reed for the Lakers to serve.
Reed gets it over. And an excellent kill by Felix Bear. And Loyola ties it up.
Loyola starting off strong, even though it's 1-1, but they seem to have been getting a little bit of momentum.
Loyola taking the lead early in these games, in these sets, sorry, has kind of been key to establishing, those wins.
Langsinger to serve.
A lot of the games this season, they've been sweeping all the other teams. It's just been a 3-0. Short games when Loyola Blakefield is playing. You usually see 3 to 4 sets. And this rally ends off the hands of Pirates again, and Loyola takes their first lead of the set. Long rally there as Lansinger gets ready to serve from the opposite side. You've seen a lot of good rallies so far this game, as this one is blocked by Benchini, and along with Sean Frank. So Loyola takes another big block, and it puts their lead up by 2. And this serve,
Ace.
yeah, there was a little bit of a miscommunication right there between Pirates and Foster. So Loyola Blakefield takes a 3-point lead, and this is exactly what we're talking about. Establishing a lead early has been very key for Loyola winning these sets. You see, they've had a good first few points in each set, and then they've just been rolling with it as serve goes out of bounds and off the hands of Adon, so the point goes to Boys Latin. And to serve it away is Foster. Fault. It lands inbounds, so the point will go to Boys Latin again as they cut the lead to 1. Keeping the game close is going to be key for Boys Latin, and keeping the serve on their side. You don't want Loyola serving because that's when they score. And the attempted block goes off the hands of Barnes, and Loyola takes the lead. They already had the lead, so now that makes it 5-3. And Frank to serve it. Another fault for Loyola, and the Lakers take over.
If Loyola isn't able to find its stride in this set like they did the last one, the Lakers can really just easily catch up if they make simple mistakes.
So Graham Stevenson with the serve, hits the ceiling back into play. That's the second time that's happened so far. And Sebastian Sessa couldn't get there. So Boys Latin ties it up at 5. Graham Stevenson to serve it again. Another block by Cadigan. As this is turning into another long rally. And the attempted kill by Bear goes off the left side and lands in front of the Boys Latin sideline. And Boys Latin has taken the lead.
We're seeing huge spikes by both teams. But
Bear puts it in the air to Sessa. And they pass it over with Gavin Leonard. Turning into another rally here. Road. And they try and punch it over again with Bear. And an excellent job by Ethan Road. He just tapped it over. They thought he was going to go for the kill, and he went light and it landed short.
Seen a lot more of those attempts of just lightly tapping it over instead of just trying to hit it as hard as they can. And it's been working out.
Has figured it out just a little bit, but Loyola ties it up. So Felix Bear to serve it again. Boys Latin has been playing a little bit farther back on these serves as that one gets rocketed into the air. Hargrave gets it over.
That kill is
just
out.
Landed out of the end line. And so once again, Boys Latin has the lead, 7-6. So Boys Latin getting ready to take over again. Cole Gibson with another chance to extend the Lakers' lead, maybe win the set. And it looks like we do have a little bit of some sideline trouble on the Boys Latin sideline. The libero, Hunter Puritz, visiting the athletic trainers, something in his wrist, as both teams take a timeout. So we now go to another sponsor. GBMC is both a neighbor and supporter of Loyola Blakefield. For decades, GBMC and Loyola have worked together to build a stronger Baltimore community. GBMC looks forward to continuing to offer care to our next generation of Baltimore leaders. Roll Dons. So it looks like both teams are taking a timeout. You can see Puritz visiting the trainer. And he'll just get his wrist taped up by the trainers on the sideline. So right now, Boys Latin has the lead 7-6. They've kind of taken that first set, called it a fluke, and they've managed to stick with it in this one, not letting that lead slip early, because that's what killed them in the last set. So you see them try and probably be more aggressive up at the net, because that's how they've been successful. They've got a lot of tall guys on their team.
It's probably also the reason why they've just been able to block it so well during these sets.
So Gibson to serve. We are back in play. So after getting his wrist taped, Puritz is back on. He's the libero, so you can't really play without him. Gibson gets it over to Sessa, to Rode. And a nice kill by Altimus. Went off the hands of Duncan Barnes.
Let's see from that timeout if Loyola can just gain some momentum and take just a nice, comfortable lead like last set.
It's another close one. 7-7 as Sessa takes the serve. So wrist injuries, you know, they can be pretty common within volleyball just because of where the balls are landing, and an excellent kill. Duncan Barnes redeems himself and puts the Lakers back on top.
That was a nice short volley, but relatively interesting one. Both sides just getting it over any way they can with one arm.
So a nice close set here. As Barnes' serve goes over the net, he keeps it alive. And Micah Reed's able to get it over. And another attempted kill. That one by Altimus. And Loyola gets the point off the attempted block that fell off to the right. So it's 8-8 here. This set's going to go by a little bit slower than the last one, just because of how much closer it is. So Rode with the serve. Boys Latin barely able to keep it alive. And it looks like it fell to the ground before Kyle Foster tried to kick it. It would have gone out of bounds anyway, though. So Loyola takes another lead, 9-8 Dons over the Lakers. Ethan Rode with the serve again. Hit it on the side of his wrist, so you could see, and it hit the net. So another fault, and the Lakers will take over with Dylan Cadigan. Sessa gets it up. And Altimus missed the kill. So now the Lakers take the lead back from Loyola. Obviously, you know, that was Loyola's big chance to kind of pull ahead there. Looks like there may have been a Don out of rotation on the right side of the court. So a 2-point lead for the Lakers as they take over again. Another kill attempt, and it worked because it went off the hands of Cole Gibson and out of bounds. So Loyola wins another point back. 10-11 Lakers.
If the Lakers aren't able to control these spikes by Loyola, they're just hitting the ceiling or just Loyola's just able to get free balls after their spike.
So another point from Loyola ties it up. Last time these two teams faced, Boys Latin did manage to get a set on Loyola, but not before the Dons had already won. So another serve. This time it's by Altimus. And a little bit of miscommunication there as Micah Reed and Cole Gibson both tried to hit it over together. And they ended up hitting it into the net. So Loyola takes the lead, 12-11. Altimus with the serve. Another almost miscommunication with Micah Reed. This time it was with Graham Stevenson, but Boys Latin manages to get the point, and they tie it up, 12-12. So Micah Reed with the serve. And that one was a close call, but it was a good kill by Felix Bear. And Loyola takes the lead again. So Loyola can manage to cling on to this set. It would be very damaging for the Lakers. If the Lakers lose this set, they're kind of hanging on their last limb. So Loyola, they are coming off a big win over Calvert Hall. Before that, their 8-game win streak, which was a very successful one, ended with Mount St. Joe coming to Loyola and defeating the Dons. But they're looking good tonight with their 2-point lead in the second set. And another block. This time it's Gus Hargrave.
Like we may have said this before, but Boys Latin is one of the few teams that Loyola was unable to sweep 3 sets to nothing.
And it is possible that they win this one. And Kyle Foster, haven't called his name very much, with the serve. Loyola barely able to keep it in. And a nice little tap down. Graham Stevenson ties it up. Foster with the serve again. Rode puts it up. Frank gets it over. The ball moves back to the Loyola side. Sessa keeps it in. And another time where it hits the net for Loyola. Felix Bear awards Boys Latin the lead. And Foster to serve a third time. Rode puts it up. Bear gets it over. And Puritz just tried to get it up, went off of his hand. Couldn't get it up high enough.
Both teams
for Loyola to tie it up.
Both teams are seeming to struggle having to return one of those huge spikes that both teams are able to do.
So Frank
just like
gets
that.
It up, and once again Puritz just couldn't get up high enough. And he gives the Dons their lead back. It'll be a close finish in our second set. As Frank serves it a second time. Off the hands of Foster to Reed. And off the net comes the hit from Duncan Barnes. And a rally is starting to become as Rode gets it up. Bear gets it through the hands.
A nice little tap by him.
Through the hands of Gus Hargrave. And Loyola extends their lead to a 2-point one. As long as Loyola has this serve, they can start getting more comfortable with the lead. As Frank with the serve again. And an attempted block by Rode. It goes off his hands. And that is exactly how you take away those point runs for Loyola. As soon as they get the serve back, they're probably going to start climbing back up and taking the lead again. So Graham Stevenson to serve. And Loyola manages to punch it away. Marshall Stevenson, first time we've called, Joey Benchini punches it in. And it's 18-16 Loyola. They get the serve back. Here goes Bear.
Let's see how much momentum Loyola has in these sets while they have the ball.
And another kill there. This time, Winston Toomey.
Loyola's lead is just slowly growing. So
that was Brendan Bateman, SGA president at Loyola. And they were barely able to keep it up. It was a good recovery by Boys Latin after Puritz got under it. But now Loyola's taking it away. They've got a 4-point lead, their largest lead in this set. So they're kind of taking away this set, which will be detrimental to Boys Latin. So Bear to serve again. Boys Latin gets it over. That's Duncan Barnes. Hargrave punches it in. Boys Latin taking a point back, see if they can climb back up now that they have their serve back. It'll be Cole Gibson once again to serve for the Lakers.
Again, let's see. They have the serve now, so let's just see how much momentum they can just gain.
A little bit of, see when, when Brandon Altimus or anybody really hits it from those corners. And that one just bounced off a ton of Laker hands before it fell into the stands there. So Loyola takes their 4-point lead back. Sebastian Sessa, who's been very successful tonight with the serve.
The Lakers are really just missing their opportunities to climb back, and now they've really just dug themselves a hole with Loyola having a 4-point lead, now 5.
And this one goes off the hands of Kyle Foster. Now it's 22-17, a 5-point lead. They extend it. They're 3 points away from ending set 2 and getting them very close to a victory. They've already clinched the quarterfinal spot in the playoffs. Here goes Sessa again. And they do it again. Brandon Altimus was in excellent position. He had no one in front of him, who just swatted it down. 23-17, 6-point lead for the Dons. You could see the Lakers bench wasn't too happy. As Boys Latin takes their first timeout of the game.
Our next sponsor is Bollinger Energy Corporation. Bollinger Energy Corporation is a proud supporter of Loyola Blakefield and the Baltimore community. For over 3 decades, Bollinger Energy has expertly helped institutions and commercial customers manage their energy costs with personalized service. The Bollinger family is now celebrating 3 generations who have walked the halls of Loyola Blakefield.
And so Loyola, 20 seconds left in the timeout for the Lakers. 23-17 in this set. Loyola's just been, instead of establishing their dominance earlier in the set, they did it towards the end with a 6-point lead here as we go back into the game. So it's already 1-0 in the sets.
Notice how once Loyola takes around a 5-point lead, they really just take away with it, as seen with the set before this, and already now 5-point hole that the Lakers have dug themselves.
So Boys Latin took the timeout to recalibrate themselves. But Sessa with the serve, and Loyola gets another point. 7-point lead, they're 1 point away from ending the second set and taking a 2-0 lead in this one.
Loyola's held the serve for a few points now, so let's see if Sessa can bring home the set for the Dons.
So here comes Sessa again. Fielded by Gibson. Over to Reed. And another good kill for Dylan Cadigan. And Loyola couldn't get it up high enough. 24-18. See if the Lakers can do something with their serve.
They're going to have to get 7 straight points to win the set.
Boys Latin scrambles to get it over. Loyola seems a lot more collected on their side of the net. And that goes off of the hands, barely, of Duncan Barnes. And Loyola takes set number 2, 25-18. So it is 2-0 Loyola here in this one, and we will head to our second break. are back. The third set, Loyola Blakefield has been dominating all night long. Saw them make a late comeback in the second set, but they are very close to putting this one away and making themselves 11-2, making the boys Latin Lakers 7-7. Loyola looks a lot more comfortable out there now that they've established a 2-set lead. Boys Latin does not. And Micah Reed to serve it. They desperately need a win in this set.
Klug with the nice spike.
Rally developing. And Ultimus
Nicknamed King Kong by his teammates.
couldn't get it done there, so Boys Latin takes the lead. A lead that they would like to keep the entire set. So Klug, we haven't seen him much, Jay Klug, in the game so far. He is in now for the third set as Sessa gives it up to Rode. Lansinger punches it in. Excellent kill by Lansinger. And Loyola ties it up. So earlier today at 4, Loyola played their JV game against Boys Latin, which they won 2-0.
Ultimus
Great.
to serve for the Dons.
The King Kong. So Braden Ultimus puts it up just over the net. Fielded by Lansinger to Rode. To Bear, and it hits the net. The Lakers take the lead. And so Loyola able to tie it up, making it 2-2. They want to take the lead early, kind of seal off this game. Lansinger with the serve, and he hits it up into the crowd. So Loyola has their first lead of this set, 3-2.
Lansinger to serve again.
Ben Lansinger. We saw him in the first set. We didn't see him as much in the second one. Good recovery there by Puritz, but another miscommunication there by Graham Stevenson and Duncan Barnes to award the Dons another point, and Ben Lansinger to serve it again.
It was a nice desperation attempt by Boys Latin, but didn't seem like they could get it over. Just like Lansinger just now.
So Boys Latin takes another point. 4-3 Dons. Loyola looking a lot more comfortable on the court and on the sideline.
Graham Stevenson serve.
And Sean Frank with the kill. He puts Loyola up by 2. And Sean Frank now to serve after he just put that one away. And a little nice tap. Joey Benchini. 6-3 now. Loyola taking another stretch, trying to extend their lead as much as possible, because that's what's made them successful. And if they can keep extending their lead, then they will most likely win this set. As that one just falls in. 6-4. That was Duncan Barnes.
Loyola's already taken a lead, and it seems if they pull away a little, like the last sets, they're going to be able to finish this 3-0, like many of their last games.
Cole Gibson with the serve. And another nice kill by Benchini. Went off the hands of Cole Gibson. So 7-3 Loyola in the third set, late in this one tonight. Felix Bear with the serve. Passed up by Puritz, and it's tapped over by Cadigan. And another good rally developing. You saw Banchini just try and tap it over again. Cecil puts it up, and the King Kong puts it away. 8-4 Loyola. So Felix Bear to serve again.
Already a 4-point lead for Loyola.
They can start getting more comfortable now. Not too much, but they are up by so much. Nice dive by Brendan Bateman. So another point for Loyola. They extend their lead to 9-4. And it looks like Loyola is getting themselves closer and closer to a win.
Already a comfortable 5-point lead. So let's see what Loyola can do with it.
So Boys Latin makes it 9-5, and they take over. Duncan Barnes with the serve. And they fault it right away. 10-5 Loyola, and they take the serve back. Boys Latin definitely needed possession of the ball, and they couldn't keep it for more than 30 seconds. As Sebastian Sessa takes over. Sessa with a good serve. Cadigan hits it off the hands of Wilson Pratt, his first time in today. And Boys Latin cuts it to a 4-point deficit. And Cadigan with the serve. Rode puts it up for Ultimus. Another miscommunication there. Some sloppy play over on the left side of the net.
These simple errors by Boys Latin are just
Unforced
seeming
errors. And another 5-point lead for Loyola. Definitely feeling comfortable. They're in control, so they can kind of play it cool now.
Another miscommunication.
And no one was there for Cole Gibson. Kind of hit it off the tip of his finger. 12-6 now Loyola, their largest lead of the third set. And it is looking more and more like Loyola will be able to take this win in a 3-0 sweep.
Loyola seeming to just get more and more comfortable as their streak.
And another set. Another attempted kill goes out of bounds. Now it's a 7-point lead for the Dons. That was Graham Stevenson. And so now Ethan Rode to take over as the server. Mark Reed puts it up. Just hits the net on a good block by Kyle Foster. So it's 13-7 now. Boys Latin takes their serve back. Micah Reed to attempt to serve. We'll see if they can be more successful this time. And they do not. So it goes over the end line. 14-7 Loyola.
King Kong to serve.
Or so he likes to call himself. Ultimus with the serve. Puritz kind of jumped at that one. And Boys Latin, a nice kill by Kyle Foster. Hit it in the back of the court. 14-8 now. But Loyola did get that lead early, like we said. They did that in the first set. And so they can play it a lot more safe. They can freestyle a little bit, because they can. Good luck, good block by Barnes, but Loyola keeps it.
Gonna keep it again.
Nice job by the Dons there by keeping the ball up. And they force Graham Stevenson to make another error, hitting it out of bounds. 15-8 now, Loyola. Loyola is very close to just putting this one away here at home.
It would be very difficult for Boys Latin to...
Take this one back.
Yep.
And another good block by Frank. 16 to 8 now. An 8-point lead for the Dons. And they're just dominating this set. It's absolutely not close like the last one, as the Lakers are forced to take another timeout. So Loyola Blakefield fans, have you been injured in an accident? Your official injury lawyers at Rice, Martha, and Soraz are here to help. The team of experienced injury lawyers at Rice, Martha, and Soraz fight to score big for you. Don't fumble your case. Hire the official injury lawyers at Rice, Martha, and Soraz to get the compensation you deserve. They will tackle the insurance companies and score touchdowns for you. Call the winning team at Rice, Martha, and Soraz at 410-RICE-LAW or visit ricelawmd.com. So clock ticking down and the timeout taken by Boys Latin. Loyola able to be a lot more comfortable now with a 8-point lead over the Lakers in this last set. And it looks like Loyola only needs a few more points just to get them this win.
It seems like Boys Latin might be giving up a little bit, as
this one goes over the head of Foster. And Boys Latin gets another point. They get the serve back. It's going to be Graham Stevenson to attempt the serve. And off comes the libero, Puritz. Hunter Puritz. Rode puts it up, and Sean Frank puts it away yet again. 17-9 Loyola, and they're just another point closer to a victory.
8 more points, and Loyola's going to have a 3-0 sweep of Boys Latin.
So Sean Frank has been very successful. Actually, the entirety of Loyola's squad has just been very successful attacking from the corner, and that's been what's giving them all their points, because Boys Latin is just not ready for it, and they can't return it each time. So another point goes to Loyola. That's 18-9. A 9-point lead, and now that'll make it a 10-point lead, 19-9 Loyola. This has definitely been their best set so far. Just Loyola staying cool because they can, and that's what's been the key to their success so far. And that one barely lands in. Boys Latin wanted to fault. Micah Reed not happy. Now it's 20-9.
5 points more, and Loyola's going to have that 3-0 sweep. And I think at this point, it's probably time for Loyola to put in their bench, because it seems like this game is
just about over.
Exactly.
And another nice kill. That time, Wilson Pratt. Another time you've heard his name. Not often, but he is in now. They are putting a lot of their bench in. It's Frank with the serve. Good recovery by Boys Latin, but it is not enough. 22-9. That one went way off the hands of Dylan Cadigan. It's Frank to serve. So you see now in the game, Ethan Rode comes off. You know, Ethan Rode a captain. In comes Anshul Chelaparath. Wilson Pratt. And number 16, Gavin Leonard. All names we haven't heard too much. And you see Wilson Pratt hits it into the stands, 22-10, a 12-point lead for Loyola. They're just getting insurance points these last three.
Loyola's has been doing a good job with serves as well.
As this time they pull out Sean Frank. And in comes Tucker Kuhn, his first appearance in this one. And another point goes to Boys Latin, 22-11.
Loyola's become a little more reckless with the points, but it doesn't seem to matter considering their lead.
An 11-point lead. And you see Leonard just tips it over.
Make that a 12-point lead.
And Cole Gibson could not do it, as he will take over to serve. 22-12. Another kill. Joey Benchini gives Loyola an 11-point lead. They're 2 points away from ending it here at Loyola Blakefield. So now his first serve is Wilson Pratt.
Let's see if he can get those extra 2 points.
Those insurance points, that's all they need. Pratt gets it over. And the attempted kill goes out. That's Duncan Barnes. 24-12, they're 1 point away from putting it away. Pratt with the serve again. And a fault.
Seems like it's going to be one last chance.
So Duncan Barnes takes over. This will probably be the last time Boys Latin serves today. Loyola will not serve again in this game, guaranteed. Sessa puts it up. And a nice block for Boys Latin. Duncan Cadigan brings the lead down to 10.
They're going to have to get those 10 points straight because they cannot
turn the ball over. If they turn the ball over, the game is over.
Yep.
Duncan Barnes barely manages to get it over. Puts it up. Ball moves back over to the Loyola side. Good recovery. Pierretz fields it. The attempted block, but the point goes to Boys Latin.
Boys Latin
24-15.
Boys Latin is just seeming not to go down without a fight, or at least yet.
They are not going down without a fight. Wilson Pratt. Good recovery by Boys Latin. Reed puts it up. Foster sets it. Received by Sessa. Another attempted block, but Loyola recovers. Wilson Pratt puts it over.
Turning into a good volley here.
And Boys Latin gets another point. Off the foot of Wilson Pratt, 24-16. Loyola loses some more points as they only have an 8-point lead now. It was a 13-point lead. And that one goes out, and that will do it. 25-16 the final in the set. 3-0 the final score in the match.
Loyola extends their winning streak to 9.
They extend their winning streak to 2.
To 2, sorry.
So that'll do it here in Loyola. I'm George Schaefer.
I am Will Coyne.
We will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching Loyola Sports Network.